we are at Window Well Measuring 101. You'll have gotten from us an email with our trusty form giving you instructions on how to measure your window well, and I'm here to show you in person. So if you print that out and bring it outside with you like I have it here, it makes life easy to go to each one of your window wells. We'll need dimensions from each one of your window wells in order to make sure we get your covers right. So the first dimension on here is what we call the A dimension, which is you measure the widest point at the wall in the back, and in this case that's 40 1/4 inches. We have numbers on here. That number, we'll call this well number 1, and 40 1/4. The B dimension is the projection out from the wall. If the cover is going to sit under the siding, in this case it would, because the back bar on our cover is 2 inches and the siding is more than 2 inches above. If the siding was closer to the lip of the window well, then you'd want to measure from the siding out to the front lip. But in this case, the cover is going to rest against the foundation wall, so we want the B dimension to be from the foundation wall, which in this case, within 1/8 of an inch is close enough. We'll make that 24 inches on our B dimension. And this, by the way, is the instructions for a U-shaped window well, which is what we would call this. With a U-shaped well, they will typically either be 24 inches like this was, which is a medium-size egress window well, or it'll be the full-size egress window well, which will actually stick out 3 feet or 36 inches. So with the 24-inch well, we need a cross dimension that's called our G dimension, and you need to put a little mark on your well 12 inches out from the wall on each side. If this was the 36-inch projection well, those marks would be going in at 24 inches out from the wall. So once we have the marks, then you just measure across the well at those marks to get your G dimension, which in this case is 36 inches. Now the unique parameter of a U-shaped well, this one looks very symmetrical, but in reality it could be off kilter. So in order for us to determine the off kilter, we need a crisscross dimension over these same marks. So when you go from left to right out to the front, and you write down what that dimension is, we call that our K dimension. In this case, K represents 39 1/4. Then the opposite direction is our L dimension, and it is off kilter. It's 40 1/4. The last thing we then need, and it's actually a very cool thing, is we have a specialized software that will digitize the shape of this well in combination with those dimensions into a machining software so we can machine the plastic properly for your specific window wells. But in order to get that, we need a straight down photo. So just take your cell phone, get over to camera. Keep in mind our lenses are usually off from the center of our camera, so you want the camera lens in the center of your well as you shoot down, and just as centered and untilted as possible. Get the whole well in the shot. Give us a nice straight down photo. And then sometimes there's obstructions at the wall, so oftentimes we also want just kind of 2 photos of each well, one just kind of looking at the window well. So then save those, keep track of your window wells according to your numbers. This was well number 1. Again, we'll go to well number 2 and do the same thing. Let us know which dimensions were well 1, the pictures that matched well 1, and we're going to give you some beautiful custom-made window well covers.